Hello, today I'd like to talk about selective breeding. What is selective breeding? Selective breeding or artificial selection is the process of intentionally breeding organisms to have specific desirable traits. It improves the quality of future versions of that crop or animal. Essentially, it's evolution by humans. The result of two animals is a crossbreed. The result of two plants is a hybrid. Desirable traits that people can achieve through selective breeding are speed, intelligence, personality, and strength in pets, size, the ability to reproduce, resilience to diseases, and the high quality of meat, increased milk yield in livestock, and drought tolerance and higher yielding in crops. Farmers can expect to see these traits in the generations to come if they are consistent with their breeding. The process of selective breeding. First, you should decide what traits are important and what you want to see in the generations to come. Then, choose two organisms or parents that best show these traits. Next, select the best offspring from those parents to breed the next generation, and finally repeat the process continuously. Selective breeding began about 10,000 years ago, after the end of the last ice age. Hunter-gatherers were cultivating plants and cereals and began to keep flocks and herds of animals. These animals were reproducing. This process of domestication was stimulated by human population pressure and environmental stress by rapid climate change, global warming. At the end of the Ice Age, global warming created areas of drought where there was once plenty of rainfall. Since areas of water became limited, people were forced to move to areas with a sufficient amount of water. The population density increased, as did the demand for food, and the settlers in the area were in favor for selective breeding. Selective breeding can be seen at a farm in a cornfield. Let's take a farmer for example. He will be more successful if his fields produce many ears of healthy corn. However, not all of the corn stalks on his farm produce that much healthy corn. The farmer went home and slept on it. He thought of an idea that would solve all of his problems. I should take two plants that produce a lot of healthy corn and crossbreed them. One day later, the farmer did exactly that. He took a plant that produced a lot of healthy ears of corn and crossbred it with another plant that produced a lot of healthy ears of corn as well. The farmer hoped that the new corn plants would inherit the trait of yielding a lot of healthy corn. Over time, the farmer would have plants that produced a lot of corn, which would benefit his business, since more corn was produced and less was wasted, as long as he was consistent. This farmer just performed selective breeding. The corn that we eat today wasn't like the corn back then. Through selective breeding, we've managed to perfect the corn according to our desires. Big in size, good in taste, high yielding. Same thing with cabbage and broccoli. All these vegetables have been made available to us through the selective breeding of a plant called wild mustard. The various breeds of dogs that we have today came from the gray wolf. We chose traits that we wanted and performed selective breeding. Even chickens got bigger and bigger. By changing small traits like size, eventually you'll have an organism that looks almost nothing like its ancestor. Selective breeding disturbs the natural breeding pattern of animals, which can have impact on the evolution and the environment. Another risk is losing genes, making it more hard to produce new variety of animals. It is also a long and difficult process because you have to be consistent when breeding and must conduct experiments. The benefits of selective breeding are that it increases and improves food production. It can also provide fitter and stronger animals that yield higher milk, eggs, and meat. As species are born, the biodiversity is enhanced. The farmers can earn more money and waste less. Overall, it improves our quality of life. Selective breeding.
created using Powtoon.